Hey, quick questions. I just found this lying around, but what is it? Is this like a big tablet for the Wii? Nintendo started working on the successor for the Wii back in 2008, after realizing that the Wii wasn't particularly appealing to hardcore gamers, who instead decided to grab an Xbox 360 or a PS3. The lack of HD graphics also meant a bunch of popular games were not available on the Wii, and this is something the company wanted to fix with their brand new console. According to an interview between Satoru Iwata and Shigeru Miyamoto, the team couldn't actually all agree to the new gimmick this new console needed, and they started from scratch multiple times. They eventually agreed that a screen within the controller was what they wanted, but still, at first the screen wasn't supposed to be this big. They took inspiration from the VMUs used for the Sega Dreamcast. These little memory cards had a tiny screen displaying extra information to the players. In 2008, there were a bunch of rumors saying that a new version of the Wii codenamed Wii HD was in development and that it would include a Blu-ray drive. Iwata stated that this wasn't true and that Nintendo had no reason to include HD with the Wii because the company was focused on gameplay first. In April of 2011, there was yet another rumor, this time talking about Nintendo's next project called Project Cafe, which would be an HD successor to the Wii that would also be backwards compatible with Wii games. These rumors also stated that the controller was looking like a tablet and that the console would stream games to that tablet controller. Project Cafe's internal names for the CPU and the graphics card were actually Espresso and Latte, which are types of coffee you can actually drink. This is fitting. During E3 2011, Project Cafe was finally unveiled to the public under the new name Nintendo Wii U, stating that this was a system that we can all enjoy together, but was tailor-made for you. This unveiling was actually quite bad, as all that was mentioned and shown was the new tablet controller. All of the demos and games displayed everything that could be done with it, but the console wasn't actually shown at all, except in the background of some gameplay sequences. This led to people being truly confused. Was the Wii U a tablet for the Wii? Or was it a brand new console? This forced Nintendo to actually reintroduce the Wii U, but this time putting more emphasis on the actual console itself. Bill Trinan of Nintendo of America admitted that the presentations focused way too much on the Gamepad and that confused many consumers. They would have to work really hard to show everyone that the Wii U was a brand new console. Hey, by the way, here's a photo of a prototype Wii U gamepad that was used during development. Yep, you're seeing this right. 2 Wii remotes and 2 nunchuck analog sticks attached to the sides of a big LCD screen. I can't believe some developers worked on games using this. When the gamepad was first shown and introduced, it looked a bit different from the final product. As you can see, it's a bit thinner and features circle pads instead of actual analog sticks. While I really like the circle pad on the Nintendo 3DS, I'm actually glad they went ahead and used the real sticks for the final product, as it's way more comfy. When the Wii U was first launched, it was slow, like way too slow. Booting the console took about a minute only to get to the main menu. Then, if you wanted to launch your game, you had to wait for another one. And guess what? Going back to the Wii U menu took another minute. This was addressed later in a couple updates, which made the console a bit faster, but to this day, it feels like the Wii U is one of the slowest consoles I've ever played, and I don't actually know why. It has a decent processor, it shouldn't be that slow. When the Wii U was first announced, it was revealed that some games would allow you to use 2 gamepads at once, but this never actually happened. In fact, I don't even think you can sync 2 gamepads to a single console. Maybe it truly was in the plan at some point, but eventually it was just dropped because the console was not popular enough. About 9 months after the console was launched, it sold so poorly that it actually received a price drop. Kinda like what happened with the Nintendo 3DS. Sadly, early adopters of the console didn't get an ambassador program and some free games this time around. The Wii U Gamepad can be used as a universal TV remote to turn your TV on and off, to switch channels, inputs, and do quite a lot. An app called Nintendo TV was announced and was supposed to be a big hub that you could use to watch movies and TV shows from many different sources, like Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon Video. The Gamepad would display additional information while your shows were running. The thing is, this app was delayed countless times and actually never released in Europe. It was shut down in 2015, only 3 years after its launch. Wow, what a failure. Another app had a similar fate, Wii Street U. This one was using Google Maps and allowed you to move around the world on the Gamepad using Google Street View. It was free for a limited amount of time and then became a paid app, costing about $5. I'm still very confused as to what the point of this app was, cause you're in your house and not moving around. And anyways, it was later shut down in 2016, so yeah. The Wii U used to feature a virtual console store, kinda like the Wii, except this started from scratch, so all of those amazing games that you could get on your Wii were probably nowhere to be found on the Wii U Virtual Console, which was a huge letdown. Even more disappointing is that if a game you owned on the Wii Virtual Console was also available on Wii U, well, you had to purchase it a second time to use it on the Wii U Gamepad. For a cheaper price, sure, but still, why do I have to pay twice for my game? That was truly a dumb decision. The Wii U struggled to sell consoles and games, which led to a bunch of developers dropping their support. In May of 2013, Electronic Arts announced that it had no new games in development for the Wii U. During E3 2013, Ubisoft also revealed that it wasn't planning on making any more Wii U exclusive games because of how poor sales were. In June of the same year, it was Bethesda Softwares that also revealed it had no games planned for the Wii U. Man, this poor console can't catch a break. The second largest supermarket chain in the UK, Asda, actually announced that it would stop stocking Wii U in their stores and that they would maybe get a few games here and there if there was demand. Ouch. Despite the poor sales and people dropping support, Nintendo still pushed the Wii U and released amazing games for it, hoping that it would gain traction. A couple games actually helped the Wii U quite a bit. The release of The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD increased Wii U sales by 200% in August. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U also increased sales quite a bit, but despite all those amazing games and all of the efforts Nintendo made, the console still struggled to sell. One of the best features of the Wii U was Miiverse, a brand new social media that allowed you to discuss games, share pictures, and much more using the Wii U Gamepad. I spent countless hours posting, reading, and just enjoying looking at everything people were drawing or posting. A bunch of games actually use that feature in very creative ways. You could find messages in bottles in The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, you could see amazing art in Splatoon's Inkopolis Plaza. The Miiverse stage in Smash used to display real posts from real users. Mario 3D World would show you posts from users after you beat a level, and much more. This feature was crazy innovative and one of the best things Nintendo actually ever made. I truly wish a thing like this would come back, but alas, I think you just had to be there at the right moment. But you know what? Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. During a shareholders report in July 2016, Shigeru Miyamoto stated that at first they anticipated the Wii U to sell 100 million units, as they truly were confident it was gonna be the next Wii. Dang. If you boot up your Wii U system on your birthday, you're going to get a special little intro and all of the Miis on the plaza will clap for you. Isn't that nice? The Wii U is fully compatible with Wii games, and you can even transfer all of your games and saves from the Wii to the Wii U using this cute app featuring Pikmins. It takes a while, but it's well worth it. The Wii U was the last Nintendo console that would include game manuals with the physical game releases. Man, I truly miss those little booklets. They were so cool and fun to read. Earlier this year, in March, the Wii U's eShop support actually ended, meaning it is no longer possible to buy new games, although you can still re-download your old games and DLC. But for how long though? There's a total of 795 games out on the Nintendo Wii U, with about 206 that have been released on a physical disc. To be quite honest, this number may sound like a big one, but it's actually quite low, as most consoles have way more games. The final first-party game released on the Nintendo Wii U was The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which, funny enough, is also the first one released for the successor, the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Wii U's best-selling game ended up being Mario Kart 8, which sold about 8.4 million copies. But just to put this into perspective, the deluxe version of Mario Kart 8 on the Switch sold 53 million copies as of me making this video, so it sold like 6 times more on Switch. This is insane! And that's probably because the Wii U ended up selling 13.5 million copies through its lifespan, making it one of the worst performing Nintendo systems of all time. It is truly disappointing, and probably why most of the Wii U games are now available on the Nintendo Switch, because the games were great, the console just was not good enough, I suppose. Hey, thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something new about the poor Wii U. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!